your Doppler 3000 weather with Miles Muzio.
Good hot afternoon, everybody. It's warm out there, but it is not that bad because we have lower humidity. It's dry. It's a dry heat, as they say, and today is the day to prove it. Anyway, it's pretty nice outside, and the forecast first this evening is looking pretty good as well. We're looking at Constitution Plaza, downtown Hartford, and lots of just a little bit of a light breeze you can see in the upper left-hand corner. There's Old Glory. We've got fair skies on the docket for tonight. Temperatures are going to be in the 70s once the sun goes down, 60s later on. And on the menu for the shoreline, it looks pretty nice as well. Fair skies and temperatures in the 70s, dropping into the 60s later on. Right now it's 86 degrees outside. We've got low humidity, 21%, and winds out of the, well, the winds are calm, as I just said at the end there. You can see we're in the 80s in most spots, although Torrington down to 79 right now. And it was even 87 at Groton. Their dew point's a little bit higher, but the dew points are just phenomenal across the area. Very, very dry and pleasant. Here's the satellite shot. It shows not much in the way of any cloud cover. We have generally clear skies across most of, or if not all of New England. All the bad weather's down to the south and to the west. Some big thunderstorms into the Philadelphia area, but that's a long way off. And high pressure is going to continue to give us some pretty nice weather tonight. Now, tomorrow we're going to see a little bit of an increase in cloud cover. Later on in the day, a slight chance for a shower. Still, we're hanging on to some pretty nice weather. But then, as we go into Wednesday, warm front comes by, and we're talking probably 90 degrees, and we're going to turn up the humidity as well with a chance for some showers and thunderstorms. On the sound, look for a southeast wind tomorrow and 1-foot seas, good visibility. And if you're going to the beach, the water temperature 65 degrees. Seems cold, but that's actually up. And also up is the sun index, 7 on a scale of 10. Here's the forecast for tonight. Look for the temperature to get down into the 50s. It'll be cool and delicious. And tomorrow, look for a pretty nice day. It'll be partly cloudy. We're going to see temperatures up into the 80s. Not terribly hot, but there will be a slight chance for a shower in the afternoon. And then as we go into the next couple of days beyond that, look for summertime weather, no doubt about it, on Wednesday and Thursday. Thursday, we could even see some severe thunderstorms around and a warm weekend coming up. Dennis, now back to you.
Thanks, Miles.
Well, as every golfer knows, it doesn't take long to build up a good supply of beat-up golf balls. And boy, I got a big supply of those.
Yes, you do. I was just going to say, especially you. But before you toss them out, Channel 3's Dan Kane has a great idea.
Mixed media is usually based on a combination of materials.
Kathy Cheng is a painter whose art lately has taken something of a hook, or perhaps a slice.
I've taken a material that is used for something else, it's used for a sport, and I turned it into an art piece.
The materials she's turned to are usually more commonly found in golf bags, balls, clubs, spikes, tees.
I used, in this particular piece, I actually used balls that were in our shag bags. So they were recycled. My original idea was actually to use recycled balls in golf equipment.
For her wall pieces, which Kathy sees more as paintings, she uses the clubs to create a frame of sorts.
In this particular piece, the reason I used the change is I wanted to mimic the silver that was in the shaft. I don't know why I came up with this one. I guess because I like the idea of using the tees that makes them look more like people, because the roundness of it sort of gives it, that figurative kind of look.
For her clocks, some of her most popular work, golf balls are drilled out and then finished off, and then drilled again to accept the tees that are used as feet.
I wanted to at least have 1 or 2 pieces that people could actually, touch, and interact with.
If you like to interact with your art, you can sit down to a game of golfer's chess.
And the same for the Zen garden. This was actually a humorous take, I think, on golf, because you're always in sand traps, and that's one of the a nemesis for a golfer. Some golfers hate to be in sand traps because they can't get out.
The same somewhat perverse humor applies to her fountains, which might be considered peaceful unless you're a golfer with an aversion to water hazards.
If you're going to be an artist, you do it because you want to do it. You're not doing it because someone is approving of your idea. So if they think it's whacked out, hey, something to sort of give you another idea, another thought in your head, or to maybe have fun with.
At the TPC, where there's lots of sand, lots of water, and lots of golf balls, Dan Kane, Channel 3, Eyewitness News.
I think if I had some old golf balls, I'd make trees out of them.
Big trees.
Because that's where I end up usually, in the trees.
We have a quick correction for you. Earlier when we were talking about the story about the New Haven woman who was beaten, we inadvertently showed some video of Martha Stewart. We apologize for any confusion. It clearly was not
Two
Martha
different
Stewart.
stories, obviously. Stay tuned for sports coming right up.
Does this face look familiar? He's the son of superstar Will Smith.
That's funny.
Behind the scenes with Will's son, Trey. Then, construction worker makeovers. Watch the next Inside Edition.
Tonight at 7 on Channel 3.
News about Elvis's grandchildren, Lisa Marie's kids grown up, then Billy Joel's battles, divorce, rehab, plus how diet gurus are getting fat off of people battling the bulge, and a day in the life of Connie Chung next ET.
Tonight at 7:30 on Channel 3.
Coming up tonight at 11, we'll have the latest from Waterbury as friends and family gather to remember those killed in the bus crash. Plus, the Firestone fiasco. Why haven't new, safer tires hit the road yet? All this and more tonight at 11.
Wake up with 3 weekday mornings from 5 to 8.
The third Grand Slam of the tennis year got underway today at the All England Lawn Tennis and Croquet Club as the several seeded Americans began their bids to claim the Wimbledon title. Last year's surprise champ, Goran Ivanisevic, out with an injury, won't be able to defend his title. The same goes for the other finalist, Patrick Rafter. That left a void as to who would open the tournament on center court, normally an honor reserved for the defending champion. So third-seeded Andre Agassi, the 92 Wimbledon winner, was the choice as he took on Harold Levy. Andre bageled Levy in the first set, although the next two sets were more competitive, though the match was never in doubt. Levy, ranked number 326 in the world, had won only one grass court match in his career. Number 2 wasn't going to come today. Agassi gets through in straight sets. Now, 6-seeded Pete Sampras considered withdrawing with a rib strain, but chose to play. He needed a tiebreak in the second set versus the Brit Martin Lee, but the 7-time Wimbledon champ finished off Lee in straight sets as well. And on the ladies' side, second-seeded Serena Williams, fresh off her title at Roland Garros in the French Open, wasted no time in her match with Evie Dominikovic. Serena took only 42 minutes to advance 6-1, 6-1. Sister Venus, defending champ, will play tomorrow. Number 3 seed Jennifer Capriati, in search of her first Wimbledon title. She took on Yanetta Husarova. Jennifer had some problems with the serve and some unforced errors, but moved through with relative ease, 6-1, 6-4. Now, the Yanks and Sox are off tonight, though Boston learned that pitcher Frank Castillo will serve a 5-game suspension for bumping umpire Bill Welke in a game versus San Diego last Wednesday. That leaves the Mets as they open a 4-game series with the Braves. Atlanta comes in hot, having won 21 of their last 26 games, including 5 straight, while New York has won 6 of 8. Now, with the season approaching the halfway point and the Mets 7.5 games back, now is the time to make the move on the first-place Braves. Kevin Millwood goes against Al Leiter. First pitch is at 7:10 at Shea, and we'll have the highlights at 11. Now, besides the $720,000 winner's check, newly recrowned Greater Hartford Open champ Phil Mickelson received another boost as the latest world golf rankings were announced today. A day after Lefty became the first back-to-back winner in GHO history, he inched a bit closer to Tiger Woods in the rankings. Tiger, who took last week off after his U.S. Open victory, still holds a comfortable lead over Mickelson, but Phil further distanced himself from number 3, Ernie Els. Mickelson's dramatic birdie putt on the 72nd hole provided the winning margin over upstart Jonathan Kay out of the TPC at River Highlands yesterday, and of course that was spectacular. Now the Navigators have a doubleheader, twilight doubleheader down in Norwich, so still time to get some baseball tonight.
All right, that's a great night for it. Thanks, Mark.
We'll see you back here at 11 o'clock. Thanks for watching tonight.
CBS Evening News next. Have a good night.
Good night.